Hello.
Here we are again. Okay, so today's Astro-Tarot reading is going to be focusing on the full moon that is coming into Leo on the 28th of January. And we're shaking it up again today. This is like really exciting. So we're all like really looking forward to this because we've got a few interesting things. But before I tell you about any of that, I'm going to give you all the timings and dates, what have you, of this full moon. So the moon enters Leo on Thursday, the 28th of January 2021 at 2:54 a.m. UK time. Khalid?
Yes, that's 5:54 a.m. Arabian Standard Time.
Yep. Sharon?
That's 9:54 p.m. on Wednesday, January the 22nd, Eastern Time.
And last but not least, Cassidy?
And 6:54 p.m. on Wednesday, the 27th, Pacific Standard Time.
Yes, so we've covered almost all of the world, not quite. We apologise if we've missed you out, but you get the general idea that the night of the 27th, morning of the, early hours of the morning on the 28th, the moon goes into Leo. And it actually hits the full moon at 9 degrees. So it's 9 degrees in at 7:15 p.m. on Thursday, the 28th of January, which is Khalid.
10:15 p.m. Arabian Standard Time.
Sharon?
2:15 p.m. Eastern.
And Cassidy?
And 11:15 a.m. Pacific Time.
Yeah, so it becomes a full moon. It reaches that point where it's directly opposite the sun at 9 degrees. What about 5 hours after it's gone into the sign of Leo, and it stays in the sign of Leo until Saturday the 30th of January, which happens to be my birthday, just in case anyone wants to send me a big present or something. So it will be yes, right, I am in opposition to Leo. So on the 30th of January at 8:02 in the morning UK time, and we can work out the rest from there, it leaves Leo. So basically, if anyone wants to do any moon work with this very, very vibrant, very confident fire Leo moon, you've got, from the Thursday, really, the Thursday morning, you've got all day Thursday, all day Friday, and then 8 o'clock UK time, Saturday morning, it's gone into Virgo. And just for the record, because I've been adding this in the last few, which might be useful to people, the full moon phase lasts for 45 degrees after it hits the full moon. And that, this is my I'm getting mathematical now, you see, that will take us to Monday, the 1st of February, 1:22 a.m. when it will be at 24 degrees Virgo. So, you've got kind of all of Leo and up until 24 Virgo when it's in the full moon phase to do your moon work. So have that in mind when we're doing our Astro Tarot readings. So just for the record, today, we're splitting it up into the kind of like the three different qualities astrologically, which are cardinal, which means kind of like triggering things into action. So the cardinal signs, and Cassidy is going to be reading for all the dynamic cardinal signs. I'm going to be reading for all the fixed signs, and we will tell you what these are as we go along. And the fixed signs are when something has established itself and it's kind of, it is what it is, and will continue to be what it is until such a time it needs to change or transform into something else. And then it hands over to the mutable signs, which is Khalid. So he's going to be doing all the mutable signs. And Sharon, tell us what you're going to be doing today.
Let me turn off my background so you can see it proper. I'm going to be the oracle.
Whoa.
And I've got this really neat, it's actually my cat, is that my cat?
Yes,
It's
yeah.
actually Rider weight based. I've got a bag of small tiles
Wow.
and a 14-sided dice. So what I'm going to do is I'll reach in, and it's got all the majors in these tiny little tiles.
Amazing.
And each major has a stone, a gemstone. It's trapped in amber. And I'll either get one of those or I'll get one of these little, can you see that? Let me turn it upside, actually
Oh,
upside
yeah, yeah, the
right.
symbols.
It
Yeah.
shows the earth sign, and it's even
Yes.
got the
Wow.
color. If I get one of the round ones, I roll the dice to see what number card it is. And then I pull that card, and that's my oracle. Or I remember the card in my head, which I can unless I'm put on the spot. But these are not rider weight based. I don't know if you can see that very well. I need a much better camera.
Right. This is really
That's the
exciting.
emperor.
I can't wait to see what's going to happen here.
These
I'm
are
really
beautiful.
excited about this. Really, really excited. So, yeah, and just to kind of add more intrigue into it, I'm going to be reading for this moon with my Housewife's Tarot deck, right? Which is Sharon and I did this deck for the deck of the week, which is available online if you're interested in getting a run through of the whole of the Housewife's Tarot deck. But I'm actually going to do it for the moon readings today. It's quite a light-hearted, I think, you know, Leo is quite a light-hearted, sort of fun, creative, playful sign. So I think it's reasonable to go along with the Housewife's Tarot. Although we did discover that some of these cards do have a darker side to them. So didn't we, when we were doing
Oh, yeah.
but a lot of it is quite humorous. So you know, we'll just see what comes up. Khalid, which deck are you using today?
I'm using my go-to deck, the Radiant Rider Waite.
Lovely.
This is the example the world is reading us. Yep.
Fantastic. And Cassidy, I know like you've got something special for us today.
Yes, and I've got the box right here, so I'll just go ahead and show it. This is the Medieval Scapini Tarot, and I did a deck of the week for this as well. I think by the time this video, oops, that's the back. Who cares about that? I did a video for this for the deck of the week as well. It should be out by the time this video is released, so check that out as well. It's such a beautiful deck.
Amazing.
I love it.
So, are we all good to go?
Yes.
No, not quite. There are a few things to say about this
The aspects.
full moon in Leo. Actually, I'll let Khalid kind of like just elaborate on what is going on at the same time that the moon becomes the full moon in Leo.
Right. So it's interesting because there are two pretty dramatic aspects happening at the same time. One is an opposition between the moon on one side in Leo and Jupiter and Saturn in Aquarius, they're, both of which are conjunct with the sun. And then there's a square between the moon and Leo and Mars and Uranus, which are conjunct in Taurus.
Yes.
Right. So, I mean, there's an opposition.
All of that is quite challenging, isn't it?
It is, yeah. I mean,
squares.
because Saturn and Mars, they are traditionally, you know, the challenging planets. And those aspects are both challenging aspects, the opposition and the square. And it is, you know, it is widely believed that, you know, the challenging planets can express their challenging energies most easily through these harsh aspects.
Yeah.
So
So it could be a time, this full moon in Leo, a time to kind of like, you know, maybe face your fears a little bit and face your challenges, because Leo is quite a bold, courageous kind of sign within itself. But it may have some confrontations, and it might be a time to kind of deal with certain things, maybe on this full moon. So as per usual, the readings are going to be for anybody who has sun, moon or rising in the sign that we are reading for, and we will cover all 12 signs during the course of this video. Starting off with the 3 fire signs, which are Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. So Cassidy's going to kick off with the cardinal energy of Aries.
Okay, yes, and this is one of my very most favorite cards. And so I'm excited to see it here. This is really interesting how it's drawn in this deck. But for the Aries people, the message I have for you is to, and this goes in line kind of with what Mandy and Kali were saying about this being maybe a challenging moon. You know, things are in the sky working a little more difficultly than we need to. But what you're being asked to do is, in a very active way, look at the things that slow you down or stop you. Look at the things in your life that take up your time in between the bigger things that you're doing. So if you're working and then you have one other thing you do after work, what are you filling that individual space with? And also be very conscious of, like I said, the things that slow you down in your day, whether that's interactions with people. You're kind of being asked to cut those off if there's people that are kind of working against the ways that you're wanting to go and what you're wanting to move towards. And yeah, you're asked to do this alone. You know, you don't need any help doing this, but maybe just take an inventory of, what is actively working against you when you're going towards your goals or you're trying to accomplish something, whether it's a physical growth or a spiritual growth or whatever you're looking for. What is slowing you down and what is stopping you? Ask yourself those 2 questions. And this is why I say this. This is quite cool. So this is actually the Hermit card. And his lantern it's got a little green light and then a yellow light and then a red light.
Wow.
In his lantern. And the green is really small at the top and then the yellow and the red are quite a bit bigger. So, there's your slow and your stop. And do this stuff alone. So it's kind of neat how that came forth today. But I think that's, ask yourself those questions and kind of work towards cutting away what parts, that don't need to be there anymore. Become more efficient.
He's lovely. I love the Hermit.
Me too.
I increasingly love the Hermit. Might have to have a Hermit day,
Have a Hermit day, folks. Love
now, thank you, Cassidy. So I'm doing the fixed side of Leo. So yes, so this should be the star of the show by all right, because it's full moon, the lights are fully on, and it's about Leo on the full moon of Leo. What is the advice for anyone whose sun, moon, or rising, I know that applies to you, Khalid, is in the sign of Leo? What advice is there or message is there for you on how to kind of make the most of this particular full moon?
Don't forget Sharon as well.
Sharon! Oh my God, Sharon! Yeah, you're wrong. But I know actually Sharon is going to love this card. Right, okay. Now, interestingly, okay, so this is very much a fire sign card. Okay, so I'm pleased about that I got, is this fixed fire? Leo is fixed fire. It's kind of, this is where I am and this is where I intend to stay for the kind of foreseeable. This is what I do. This is what I do. I enjoy myself and I'm going to make absolutely sure that on this full moon, I'm going to make sure that I have a really amazing day. I do what I want to do. Everyone else can just get on with whatever it is they want to do or what I've asked them to do. But I am going to enjoy myself to the full. Remember, this, the Housewives Tarot. Sharon, you're not going to be in the least bit surprised when you see this one. Here it comes. The Four of Wands.
Oh, that's amazing. Oh, that's brilliant.
This card is superb.
I love that. I think that's my favorite card in the deck.
I will be sending a photo. It really is one of the standout cards in the Housewives Tarot deck. But she's got the biggest smile on her face, right? Whatever else is going on in the world, she does not give up. She's there. She's got her feet up. She's got her martini. She's got a good book. It's the full moon in Leo. I am the star. I am the star of the show, and I'm going to absolutely enjoy it. I love that. I love that so much.
I feel like hearing this, I feel like in a funny way, maybe the messages we get also reveal to us, or maybe, you know, they yeah, they clarify for us certain things about we already know about astrology, you know.
Yes.
But one thing we know about Jupiter is that it amplifies the energy or the personality, the character
That's true.
of any character that sorry, any planet that is close to in a conjunction. And the sun rules Leo, right? So if the power of the sun is being amplified by Jupiter in spite of
Yes.
Saturn's friction,
Yes.
it's still, you know, and it's still dramatically engaged with that moon through the opposition, right? And the moon is in Leo, ruled by the sun.
Yes.
So
Yes.
yeah, I
Yes.
guess we
See, and
see
I
that.
have Jupiter
Yeah.
Sun conjunct in Leo, so I'm gonna have one hell of a day.
Tarot is giving you
Perfect.
not the tarot, the universe is kind of giving you permission for, you know, for this day, do it and don't let anybody interfere with it, you know. It's
I
your
live
day.
with 2 Leo moons. My husband and my youngest son both have Leo moons,
All
so
do it.
we'll probably all have a hell of a day. I am looking forward to it.
Oh my God. Okay. So
All
how
right.
about Carly?
So now comes my turn for Sagittarius, the Archer. Oh, how nice.
Okay. Oh, it's like,
But I'm saying, oh, because I got this card in the last reading we did.
oh,
I forgot which sign I got it for, actually. I think I was doing the cardinal signs last time?
you were.
Anyway, so this is definitely a card of generosity. Whatever's whatever's been on your mind, actually, okay. So when you get to that point, so it's January the 28th, everything that's been building up in your head as a kind of pressing issue, try to shift your understanding of it so that it's not really so much about yourself. That's it. Okay. Try to see how other people are involved in this issue that's been weighing on your mind and just occupying your thoughts. Okay. Whether it's that's in a stressful way or just like a dominant way. Try to see how other people are involved in this issue. Okay. And then when you set forth your intention for kind of releasing what's bothering you about this issue, make sure that you do that while also taking into account the roles of others in this issue. So that means, you know, you have to sort out in your head before you state your intention whether this person that you might think this person is the principal culprit in the issue, the most culpable person, but
Right.
after changing your thinking, you might find out they're also in some ways a victim in this issue, right? You don't have, it's not right to shift all of the responsibility onto them, right? So try to think of it as an issue that is actually more complex than you're inclined to, right? And yeah, just express your statement in a more large-hearted, kind of generous way that doesn't just focus on what you need based on the self-centered understanding of the issue, and just try to reorient your understanding, see how it's actually fluid and complex, and it involves other people. And so write a statement of intention, set it forth, and make sure that it's a generous statement of intention. That's an inclusive one. Okay? All right. So I got for you the 6 of Pentacles upright.
Yeah.
nice.
Right?
Very nice. Yeah.
I think you got that for Libra last time.
I might have. Yes, I think
Yes,
you're
yes,
right. I think I did. Yes.
scales, yeah.
I think I did. Yeah.
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 Yeah. Interesting.
So I'm gonna
Interesting.
turn my background off again.
Now, the big moment has arrived. The
All
oracle.
right. So I'm gonna Da-na-na-na-na. What have I got?
So this is for all of the fire signs. Yeah, this to tie it all together.
I got the sun.
Ah, okay. Yes, I can see it now. Yes, yeah, yeah. Oh my God, that's incredible.
Amazing.
I'm
What
pretty
are the
excited
chances
about
of that?
That's amazing.
So, fire signs, this is your time to shine. This is your time to have fun.
Yeah,
I know that Khalid said that there needed to be some generosity, and Cassidy said to actively look at things for Aries to cut out the chafe.
yeah.
I feel that if you follow the advice that you've been given here today, that you will feel a lot safer, a lot freer, and just a lot more relaxed. Play. This is a time to play, and this is a time to be yourself. Oh,
Nice.
fun.
Yeah,
Dang.
yeah.
I've
That's
got
amazing, though, the Oracle kind of sending the blooming sun card right
Yeah.
to kick it off. I mean,
I was really pleased with that.
yeah,
Yeah. You can't get better
absolutely.
than that for the fire signs.
I know, because the sun obviously rules Leo, but the sun is also exalted in Aries, you know, and then you've got your trine going on with Sagittarius. So
Right.
the sun is hugely important to all of those three signs
Mhm.
So
in a positive way.
all us Leos. So Mandy, you're gonna just have to have fun with us. I know you don't have the
I
Leo
know.
in you, but you come have fun with us three.
So what's your Leo, Cassidy?
My rising sign, yeah.
Yeah.
Honorary Leo.
Very much so.
Not really. The rising sign is very
So
important.
on the 28th of January, I'm not going to be able to get through to any of you because
Oh, hell
you're
no.
up on your hammocks.
Reading a book.
Yeah, because you will have dealt with all your kind of more kind of, you know, challenging stuff. And you're thinking, right, that's it. Job done. Rest of the day off.
That's us.
Wow. So if anybody is looking for a reading on the 28th of January, I am going to actually be the only one that is available on that day.
Oh my
It's a national holiday for the rest of the Pomegranate Grove.
Well done,
Okay.
Mandy. Well done.
So moving on to the earth signs. Okay. So cardinal, Cassidy's going to do the cardinal earth, which is
Capricorn.
yeah, and I will be doing the fixed earth, which is Taurus, which is my rising sign, and Khalid is going to be doing
Virgo.
the mutable earth. Okay.
Virgos
Take it
are all
away,
breathing.
Cassidy. And goes without saying, the oracle.
And that was really cool. Okay, so this is a super earthy card, which is kind of neat. And I can't wait to show you the image because I really like what they did here. But I think the main message is for the Capricorn people, well, it's two-sided. So one of it being what you have seen is what you're going to get. So expect the situation you find yourself in to continue, you know, whether that's a good one or a bad one. Just know that the path you're on is looking very much like the path that what was. So, you know, if it needs to be changed, turn around, go a different road. The other half of that is also to be very conscious of any warning signs, and or I don't know, what would be the opposite of a warning sign? A happy sign, kind of sorts. If you're feeling bad about something, or you see a red flag, like really listen to that. That is an absolutely accurate projection of where that's heading. If things feel like they're really well, this person's trustworthy, I've liked this job, whatever your situation is, things feel like they're going to go well, it's going to be rewarding in the end. So really pay attention to those intuitive hits that you get into, you know, just analyzing kind of where you've been, how things are going, and make any changes as you need to. So this card is very cool. This is actually the 9 of coins.
Wow.
Wow.
Pretty cool is
Very
we have our Rider-Waite lady here. She's in her same gown with her falcon. And then the road continues. And as we go up this road, there's, I don't know what this is. It looks like a person all in black with a black umbrella on, and then keep going. And there's the storm that you hit. But on this side, you come down this path, and there's like, I don't know what he is, maybe a baker, some nice dressed little gentleman. And we come down here and there's a ring. So maybe someone's getting engaged. So it's like, you know what I mean? Follow, you get that little warning sign either way. Oops, this side of the card first, before you hit either your storm or your engagement ring, right? Just be very conscious of that first point, because you're kind of in a nice little halfway point right now. So navigate where you're going from there.
Deck
Oh, I
sold.
love that.
Yep. I need that deck.
Okay, I'll
A
keep my eyes
beautiful
open. I'm Capricorn
interpretation.
rising, so I'll keep my eyes open for any signs.
Yes.
Oh yeah, you're
Yes.
Capricorn rising, aren't you?
Yeah.
Wow.
Mm.
Thank you, Cassidy. That is such an amazing card. I love
It is,
it.
really is,
It-
yeah.
And beautiful interpretation.
Thank you. We will. We're gonna have pictures of these in this video too, so you can see them a little more clear.
Okay, so without further ado, fixed earth. So if you have sun, moon, or rising in Taurus, okay, it's very grounded sign. How, you know, also the fixed earth is at odds or could be challenged by the moon being in Leo. Okay, what is the message for the Taurus people on the 28th of January when the moon is fixed at 9 degrees? When the moon is in Leo, in the fixed sign of Leo at 9 degrees. Okay, here we go. Taurus. Shannon's going to like this one as well. Okay, what I would say, Taurus people, is this is specific to this particular version, right, of the card I'm reading. I am feeling right from the beginning, from the start of something, if you know, like the full moon is when you can actually kind of like when something has developed a little bit more than when it was from the new moon. But I feel that something that you've already got started, you need to kind of like remember, if you want this thing to continue and if you want this thing to actually develop and grow, and this is kind of like more of a long-term thing rather than just a kind of, this is fixed energy, you have certain responsibilities, even at the very, very beginning. You have to learn this from the start, that you have to nurture your project, your thing, if you want it to kind of like to continue to develop. Very simple. Be kind, be nice, and wait for the results. But you have to do your bit. You have to do your bit, and you have to do it with some real love if you actually want to see this thing start to grow.
Page of Cups.
Page of Cups, and it's a very different Page of Cups to the Rider-Waite one. I don't know if you can see it, but it's a little boy watering some plants with a big smile on his face.
That is good, Page of Cups.
Yeah, he's nice. There's some nasty little pages in that Housewife's Tarot, I'm telling you. There's some horrible little brats. But the Page of Cups is actually really rather lovely and, yeah, and rather caring. So, yes. Be nurturing. Look after your home and your house. You know, do something nice at home. Make it nice on this full moon.
Beautiful.
Very nice, yeah.
Okay,
Right. So, what's the message for you if you have your sun, moon, or ascendant in Virgo?
Poor Virgo. They're gonna hate us.
Mm. Hmm. Okay. So, what you've been gaining, in terms of material advantages, don't think that that is okay. Don't let that be. Don't let that be the kind of benchmark, let's say, by which you define your success in your life. Okay, you need to stop. You need to kind of really grow aware of your tendency to judge success by the level of kind of attainment in the material realm, but also how how successful you are in managing the details of your physical environment to match your mental ideal. Okay, so it's a time to kind of maybe withdraw, resist the inertia that you have to stay in that kind of physical mindset where success is equated with material, the perfection of material things and material gain, and just be okay with losing out in that area, you know, whether it's kind of losing money or losing a certain level of material comfort, or you know, letting your house kind of go into not disarray, but you know, not having everything just so, you know, in your environment. Just let it go, and try to take your attention in a more mental and a more spiritual direction for this full moon, and try to release those tendencies in you that steer you toward the material dimension of life. That's what I'm getting. Okay. So it's King of Pentacles reverse.
Oh,
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
wow.
Yeah. So and the initial reaction was because it's so earthy, you know? It's so earthy. So, yeah.
nice. So Earth.
Okay, Oracle. Yeah.
I wish I could flip my eyes up in my head, but all right. Sun, moon, or ascendant. I should turn off my background once I pull it.
Oh.
Turn off my background.
The cat hasn't moved.
I think it's a stuffed animal. Let me push it out
Oh.
the way. Yeah, it's a
Oh,
stuffed
I really.
wolf.
I thought it was.
There's like a mountain of stuffed animals
wolf.
back there. It's like, my cat's dead. No. I'd be freaking out right now.
Oh.
Earth. I got the Tower.
Oh, blimey.
Yes. So now is the time to be careful. It does go with what Cassidy said. If you see any kind of warning flags or opportunities, take heed of them. Trust your instincts, but still be ready for a swift, sudden change. The Tower is not always a bad thing. It's just so sudden and out of the blue and unexpected that it feels like a bad thing, because change is scary.
This is that Uranus, isn't it? That Uranus
It
square.
feels like it to me. Yeah.
Yeah. So some of it can be bad, but take stock, look at everything around you, and take the time to analyze what's going on when swift sudden change comes.
Yeah.
and do your best. Cassidy's card for the Capricorns. There are always paths. There are always opportunities. There is always another way to go. And when this kind of change comes, it forces you to go in a different direction. Look and analyze the direction as best you can with what time you have to do it before you have to take action, before you move in any direction. Just be prepared. All right.
Right. They like how, you know, I feel like there's a parallel between like the image of the tower being struck, right? Being kind of blown away. And then the king of pentacles reversed.
Yeah,
unseated,
absolutely.
you
Yeah.
know, but that's actually like, you know, because I mean, the more moral, traditional moral like interpretation of the tower is that it's, you know, structures created out of arrogance, human arrogance getting raised, you know. So that just caught my attention.
Just be prepared to restructure your values.
I know.
Yeah.
And it's not always bad. I know one of my biggest tower moments recently was when Paul had his second heart attack, and that was a huge tower moment for me. And it looked really bad. It was really bad, and we struggled for a long time, but it forced him to get a job that was local, and we actually get to see each other more than once a month now. So tower moments feel horrendous, but they force you to choose better options for your lifestyle.
Yeah. Nice. Whoa. Okay.
Excellent.
The air signs. So Cassidy, over to you.
Okay, I got a cool message for Libras. This is neat. And I'm gonna say it in the order and stop where you need to. And it's like, it's what came to my mind when I saw this card is a, I don't know if it's cliche yet, but it's a saying that I've heard before and I think it's kind of cool, and it's seeming very appropriate for this card. So the saying is, if you can't change it, accept it, and if you can't accept it, leave it. So first, let's stop at the first part of this. So there's something going on in your life that I don't think is perfect. You know, whose is? And it's something that's kind of a longer standing thing. This isn't a short-term project, whether this is a marriage or a career choice, something that is just, you've spent a lot of time to build up, but it's, you know, there's something going in a bit of a different direction at the moment. So the first of that is to change it, you know, and what I'm seeing here in this card is that, I mean, you're part of the problem, but you're also going to be part of the solution, right? It's easy to look at someone and say, you know, that person's the problem. This job is the issue. You know what I mean? But what I'm seeing here is that you are a participatory part of the issue that is around. So there's something in you that needs to change. And there's also something, it's like very quite 50-50, right? So just accept, you know, your part in that and see if you can change what you can change. The second part of it is accept it. So are you able to accept this person for who they are, this position for what it is, your situation? And accept it doesn't necessarily mean you need to love it, right? But it's going to put you in a state of peace that you are no longer fighting with this particular thing. And then if you can't accept it, leave it, right? You can't change it, you can't accept it, you need to move on from this thing. And that can be easier said than done, but it's, you know, the folks that make it to that third phase, I don't think it's going to be as difficult to leave as you might think. It's going to come across as more of a liberation type of leaving. And now I'm going to show you why. So this is the 3 of coins. And in this first coin, we have a, I don't know, like it almost looks like a chariot person being pulled by 2 ducks. Then we have this stone head figure. And then we have this like drunk person running away, like while they're consuming, I don't know if it's a massive hot dog or like a big bottle of beer, something, you know, right there, there's your 3 levels, right? The change, the accept, and the leave if you can't. So stop where you need to on that scale, but something, you know, and this is that long-term structure thing. This isn't a small little thing. It's something that has been building up kind of in a direction that wasn't suitable, I guess, for some time. So evaluate where you're at, Libras, on this scale, and do what is necessary.
Wow.
This is an
That was
amazing
Wow.
That was amazing.
Yeah, I love it. It's got so much detail in it. And
Yeah.
yeah, it's fabulous.
Oh yeah.
That was
We're
great.
all going to be sporting that deck.
And I loved
Cassidy
I
needs
loved
to get stock.
your little saying as well.
Yeah.
We need that
Yeah.
in writing somewhere.
I wrote it down, but yeah, you need to make a, I've never heard that before. That was brilliant.
Yeah.
Oh, good. I did not come up with that, and I wish I could quote who said it first, but I've heard it. You know, it's one of those.
Lovely. We should have a little words of wisdom corner somewhere.
Once a year.
Okay. So I don't know if you're going to get any words of wisdom here, but it is Aquarius, the fixed air sign, which is my sun sign, which is directly opposite Leo. So yeah, so I'm in direct opposition to this full moon. What is the message if you are Aquarius on this sun, moon or rising on this 28th of January 2021? What is the message on how to kind of deal with the full moon being right opposite you in Leo? Oh no.
No.
Oh.
We did the Housewives Tarot a few days ago, and there were one or two cards that we thought don't get it.
Oh no, is it?
Yeah, this is one of the ones that I just thought didn't really get it. Thanks very much. Not only has that card come up, it's come up reversed. I'm gonna have a go. I'm gonna have a go. This could ruin my reputation forever. Okay, well, it's at least it's in alignment with the fact that it's air, and I'm going to really try and resist the temptation of just kind of flipping over to Rider-Waite meaning,
Yeah.
because this has got no association with it.
That's tough to do though.
Okay, I've got what I'm going to say. I've got what is being triggered. Okay, it's basically saying, look at what you've got on this full moon, and in a sense, I'm also picking up the residual energy of what Cassidy just said, because you have to recognize whether something actually can be fixed or not. You know, you can spend years trying to repair something or fix something that actually isn't repairable or fixable. Even if you think you've got the tools to do it, some things are just an impossibility. My God, I can't believe that came out of my mouth. And I think I partly got Cassidy to thank for that. I got the Five of Swords reversed. Forget any Five of Swords as you know it. That's the card. But in the upright,
Okay.
it's a torso with no head on it, and right, and it's got scissors and cotton, and it's trying to repair something, and it came up reversed that is irreparable.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Bloody hell, I'm actually amazed, because I turned it over and I thought, no, right, I can't believe it. Like, I've got that blinking card. That's what I'm getting for the Aquarians. If you and Cassidy, thank you, because yours kind of really kind of like swam into mine there. Some things you just kind of got to say, I give up. I've got to get on with my life.
Dang.
Yeah.
Whoa.
That's very important message to accept.
Full moon in Leo, challenging for the Aquarians. To
And
face that.
My poor youngest son, he's got that moon in Leo, but he is an Aquarius. Poor kid.
Well, forewarned is forearmed, right?
Yes.
Yeah. All right. So what's the message for you if you've got your sun, moon, or ascendant in the airy, versatile Gemini. Ooh. Okay, so if you've been sitting around waiting for the perfect scenario to manifest itself before you take a step and before you put something out there, I mean, it could be your money, it could be committing to a relationship, deciding, making a big decision, right? You need to set aside that kind of idealism there. Like, I'm not gonna act and I'm not gonna take the risk unless it just matches this precise, very specific image that I have in my head, right? You need to accept that that is not gonna manifest, at least not within the time frame that you have, and do what can be done. You know, take the steps toward what you have in mind, making use of the opportunities that are already there. Okay, so when you write down your intention for this moon, make it more modest and tailor it to what you are, the resources that you already have. Okay, I wouldn't say like, yeah, I wouldn't say be very ambitious, right? Okay, Four of Cups upright.
Ah.
Okay, yeah. So don't just be like, I'm not gonna do anything. I don't want this. I don't want this gift. You know, it's like, because it's just. I mean, the problem is that here you're not appreciating what is already available to you, and you know,
Right.
and that can just lead you to a kind of, you know, not make use of not make use of what's available to you, and therefore really possibly lose an opportunity. Yeah.
Mm. That's all of us three girls.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And at first I was like, oh no, we jump right in. But there is stuff. There is a very big, important thing that I want to do, and I'm waiting for perfection. So, yeah. Thank you, Khalid.
Sure.
Thank
Sure.
you.
Let's see what we got. Let me. Drum roll, please. Okay. I have air.
Oh, wow.
That's
Okay.
cool.
Air. So I'm taking the air and I'm rolling the 14-sided dice. Die. I got a 10. So the 10 of swords. Fuck, that wasn't much fun. Excuse my language.
This is tough, isn't it? Yeah, this full moon.
Yeah, this will stay home. Aquarius, just get under the covers. 10 of swords. Let me look at it. Pulling it out. It may seem like a really horrible time for y'all, air signs. There are times when you just feel like everybody hates you, or nobody understands you, or you're just not getting along. I think the air signs got it. If I could just get the frickin' words. We're at all these crossroads right now, the whole world, and we're coming into a new year, and air signs are very communicative. They like to pass information back and forth. And right now we have so little information and so few ways to be able to share that information. Internet's great, virtual being like what we're doing here, but air signs need that face to face too. So what's going on is they feel like they have no outlet. They have no no information to share. Day to day, blah, blah, blah. Nothing's changing. So it's becoming angst. It's becoming anger. It's becoming anxiety. So be sure not to push that anxiety and that anger outward to other people who haven't done anything to deserve it. This is a brutal attack for no reason. So be very careful not to attack the people around you. Try to see they're going through the same situation. They're trying to help make it better in some cases. Try to stay away from arguments. Try to stay away from accusations. And remember, I can't believe this is coming out of my mouth. It's so frou-frou. But the darkest night is always followed by the sun. So, okay. I had a hard time with words there. I'm sorry, y'all. I think my little oracle is in a bad mood.
Can we see it again? Can we see it again?
It was...
Okay, yes. Right.
It was the air sign. It's got the little line in it. And then I rolled a 10.
Okay. All right.
So that made it the 10 of air, which is the 10 of swords for me.
Yeah.
So I might just on to my Leo rising this time and renounce my
Let's just go have fun.
I know.
Yeah, Earth and Air had a rough time there.
Yeah, especially the air.
And even with this, you know, like that 10 of swords, that was rough. And just some rough cards there. Yeah. This could feel like, you know, a 10 of swords can also be that 1,000 paper cuts, just tiny little bam, 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 hitting y'all at once. So to where it feels like it's a big thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Take it in
okay,
stride.
well, let's just hope it's not so bad for the water signs, because we all know how well that water and fire get on.
Only the fire is allowed to have fun this time, right?
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
Okay, so, Cassidy, take it away. Yeah.
Starting with a heavy hitter for the water signs. So this is for anyone sun, moon, or rising in Cancer. Mm-hmm. And the first thing I just gotta say, Cancer folks, is like check your backbone. So where, like when I said that, what I don't know, sit with that for like a hot second, what that means to you. But what I'm seeing here is like a neediness coming towards you, not you. I don't see you being the needy person, but I see people needing things from you. Family, friends, these are people you care about. So this is going to be the tougher side to like stick your back up and set those boundaries and say no. But there's just been, I think that's really kind of what your focus needs to be on for this particular moon. And it can be, I think largely it is people, but this can also be situations. You know, people are kind of behind it, just about everything that's happening in some fashion, but it's just coming across as like either people needing too much from you, or they're going to voice their opinion on what you're doing, or it's really, it's just too much. It's a little overbearing. And I think you need to check who you're letting come in, who you're actually extending that help to. And you know what, if you're not, and this isn't to say like, don't be generous with what you have, but if you're not getting anything from this person or this situation, it's not good for you. It really isn't. If all it is one-sided for the last 10 years, since you've known this person, if this person only reaches out when they need something from you, that kind of stuff, you're kind of being asked to check where you're able to stand up for yourself in these sorts of situations. And quite literally off with their heads. So this is quite funny. So this is a death card.
Oh my God.
Very cool. I call it a set.
Wow.
It's got
Oh,
the
yeah,
shape
look at
of-
all the heads
but
on the floor. Yeah.
it came out reversed. So it's got all of these floating heads just kind of floating over. And why I'm saying check your backbone is like literally her dagger here is made up of a backbone.
Oh,
whole hand-
Oh, wow.
The handle of it is a
dang.
backbone. And what's very cool is that the artist actually put his own head. So this was the artist. Art here. I think that's just really cool. So yeah.
Oh my God, that's great.
Yeah, message for the Cancer people. We got death reversed.
Very nice.
Wow, thank you, Cassie. That was brilliant. Okay, so fixed water, Scorpio. So what does this full moon in Leo, how is this going to affect? What is the message for anyone who has sun, moon, or rising in the intense sign of Scorpio? Here it comes. Okay. Some things, okay, are going to require an effort on your part. Okay, so if you are Scorpio and there is something that's kind of like really bothering you and the time has come to address it, you know, you're going to have to put the time aside to really kind of like put whatever effort is necessary into sorting it out, so that it kind of is at the very least a really noticeable improvement on what it was before you kind of like attempted to resolve it. You might even resolve it completely, but you can certainly, if you are prepared to kind of put the effort in, make a really noticeable improvement. It's the strength card, and it's kind of scrubbing away at something. You know, you need to give it some elbow grease. You need to kind of like give it what you've got if you genuinely sort of like want this thing to improve or go away. Don't you just love the Housewives Tarot sometimes? I just think that's fantastic.
That is
Wow.
epic.
That was really funny. That deck is amazing.
Yeah.
That is awesome.
All right. So for this full moon in Leo, what's the message for you if you've got your sun, your moon, or your ascendant in Pisces? Wow. Okay, this is a good time for you to think about all the ways in which you've been selfish and manipulative with others, and kind of dive in and explore those tendencies that you have to kind of twist reality and play mind games with people so that you get something that you believe that you deserve to get. Okay, this needs to be checked in you. I feel like you're pretty good at kind of, okay, because your tendency is to see resources as shared things, whether that's, you know, money or time, possessions, affections, you can sometimes fall into the mistake of claiming more than what's your due, and sort of maneuvering people into giving you things that you should be earning by yourself for yourself. Okay, so check that tendency in yourself, and yeah, work that insight into your moon work on this full moon. Okay, all right. So you got the 5 of Swords upright.
Oh,
Dang.
Yeah. Not good. It might seem nice. It might seem nice to keep on benefiting from others the way you've been up to this point, but it's just not going to work out well for you in the
Yeah.
long run if you continue doing that.
Yeah.
Wow.
And the last parting words of this for this full moon in Leo is going to come from the Oracle.
All right. I got the Hermit.
Oh, again. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
So for the water signs, it's all the way around a good time for reflection. It's a very good time to see everything going on around you, figure out what you want, how to get it on your own without using others as stepping stones or projection. Insight. What Khalid said about insight, and even with how Cassidy said the check your backbone. Really look at everything in your life and reflect and see what's benefiting you, how it's benefiting you, and if you deserve that benefit. And if you don't feel you deserve the benefit, find ways that you do feel that you do. Okay?
Lovely.
Orange.
Whoa. Well, I have to say, as much as that was on the whole quite challenging messages for everyone. I mean, there were the kind of, you know, for some people will have a good time on the 28th of January when the full moon is in Leo. It wasn't across the board awful, but a lot of it was quite heavy. But I must admit, I really enjoyed doing those readings.
Yeah.
I loved the Oracle, Sharon. I'm definitely like, yeah, and Cassidy, your deck, amazing. Really look forward to that deck of the week. Yeah, that's watching that. So yeah, thank you everybody for sort of like coming along. Thank you all for watching. We really want to hear your comments. We really, really do. And please subscribe to our channel and ring the bell, whatever it is, and join our mailing list, because we have other videos and other events and activities that you can join in with going on all the time. So, you know, keep in touch.
And don't forget, I know we don't say it hardly ever, but all four of us do readings. If you'd like a reading from one of us, visit our website and book a reading. We're happy. This is what we love.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So, yeah, thank you very much. And we'll see you all the next time. So, bye for now.
Bye.
Bye.